What's good, family? It's your man the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Weps for coming through and boosting the coin up. No doubt about it. So, Nathan Gormless got his pack rolled up on and smoked on. Big salute to Team Lighty. We up right now 100%. I put some big coins behind FABIO WARDLEY and he came through nicely. However, that wouldn't be the start of it, truth be known. We must salute Gorman. We must salute Gormless. Gormless, he turned up tonight. I do rate him, yeah? We hear about Tommy Fury talks about on bare knuckle and whatever else. Whatever you say about Gormless, he turned up and he put a shift in. Yeah? He didn't just turn up and think, oh, you know, it's going to be a hard fight, let my ass flap. And anyone can turn up to a fight, yeah, and just try and negotiate it. Gorman is a big block. He could have turned up, yeah, and said, oh, you know, Fabio, maybe I can lose on points on this one. He didn't do that. He won the first round, and my arse was twitching. I thought, damn, because he looked good. And Fabio, I think to some extent, the occasion got to him. And to be honest, even though Fabio won, we didn't see, yes, we saw some championship elements in as much as FABIO WARDLEY showed a champion's heart. He lost the first round, and we've seen little tidbits of that before from Fabio, where if he goes down, he does come back swinging. However, he was in there, he was clearly outmatching Gorman. My worry is what happens when you get to the top level, yeah, and you can't just physically bully someone like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because at points, Fabio had no strategy and was just using his brute excellence. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, Gorman's probably a C-level dude. When you're a potential A-level dude, you can just outshine them. Tonight, Wardley, whose levels above, just outshone Gorman. However, when you get in the ring with other A-level dudes, you can't just rely on, okay, I'm going to go in there and start digging hard. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's young. He had no amateur fights. He came out of the white collar circuit apparently. But him and his trainers do need to, and it's easy for us to say on the outside of the ring, but when you're in there, yeah, and your adrenaline's going, it's a madness. Clearly, FABIO WARDLEY, he's got a great chin, took some good shots, but he need to calm down. I actually thought this fight would go mid to late. I thought it'd go over 6 rounds. But obviously, really, Gorman didn't do himself no favours. That first round is essentially what got him out of there. And to be honest, actually, Gorman didn't jack. The fight wasn't actually finished properly. Gorman's corner threw the towel in. Should it have gone a bit longer for the British title? I think it probably should have, to be honest. Yes, was Gorman going to get knocked out? He was. But he was in there, he was defending himself. I mean, what are we doing here? Do you know what I'm saying? It's a fight, innit? And I think Gorman, given his heritage, he would have liked to have gone until it was over. And I think at this level, is that not the point? I mean, what's a fight about? It is a fight about once you're not winning. I mean, look at how many times, for example, it's not exactly the same, but look at Fury versus Wilder 1. Fury versus Wilder 1. I'm sure Fury's team could have fought. Apparently, Ben Davison was thinking about it. Apparently, there was 100%. Apparently, they were thinking about, oh, shall I throw the towel in for Fury versus Wilder 1? And look what happened there, in that sense. Fury came back, had his best round. Now, obviously, Gorman isn't Fury, but I'm just giving you examples. Even look at Wilder versus Fury 3. Fury scores a knockdown, and then Wilder comes back. So you got, and it's not like the fight was. To be fair, it was getting to be one-sided, but Gorman had a great first round. There was only 3 rounds into it. For all we know, I think Gorman's team should have probably sat him down. I think there was only 30 seconds left in the round anyway. There was 30 seconds left in the round. He may not have made it out of the 3rd round. My point is, assuming he made it to the end of the 3rd round, his team should have told him, Nathan, I'm giving you one more round. Show me what you got in this round. And then, if at the end of the 4th round, he still weren't showing much, then throw the towel in. I think these guys are a bit too, these new age guys, man, they're too trigger happy. Yes, he wasn't winning. Yes, Fabio was still strong, but it's early. I had a feeling, that Fabio was going to not blow his load, but it would have been intriguing to see. Now, again, I don't think Gorman would have made it out of 4 rounds anyway, but I'm just saying, who knows? That's the whole point. That's the whole point of letting something continue. You don't know. What would have happened come the 7th round, maybe? Fabio's starting to feel them, because he was leaving it all in there. Fabio was loading up. He couldn't miss with a straight right hand. That was beautiful. But Fabio does sometimes. He over revs and he ends up slapping his hooks. But every time he threw the straight one, it was dinging Nathan. He should have stuck to that, but I think he got too emotional. And Fabio does have this. It's a great quality to have. Fabio has what AJ doesn't have, the fighter in him. But who knows, maybe $50 million later, maybe Fabio won't have the fighter. I'm just saying, what Fabio's been showing is he has that raw burning desire to squabble. In all fairness, AJ to some extent had that when he was coming up and coming. And the thing about Gorman is Gorman isn't going to test you, so you can look deadly. Most people can look deadly. I mean, look at Dubois. Dubois looked deadly against Gorman. What happened when Dubois got in there with another A-star guy? Yeah, he got turned out. So you have to be careful with these ones. I rate Fabio, but I don't want him getting gassed. I don't want him starting to believe himself. Look at Dubois. Dubois, after the Gorman win, started feeling himself. And then he walked into another A-level dude and got his pack smoked on. So you don't want to rely on the brute elements. You want to rely on your skills and build in that fighter in you, that dog in you. It's great to have, but you don't want to be going there if you don't have to go there. I would have loved to have seen, towards the end of the fight, but Fabio, there was no jab in the first round. No jab at all. I was expecting Fabio to establish the jab. I actually thought potentially Gorman was going to come out and try and pull a Fury versus Wilder 2, in as much as a key reason I thought the fight would go in the later rounds was because there's a 40 pounds weight difference. I thought Gorman's going to know, you know what them like, all the bare knuckle man, they love what Fury did to Wilder in the second fight. Yeah, they love the whole being big and weighing on someone. And I thought Gorman was going to say, you know what, I'm 30 pounds heavier. I'm going to go in here high guard and pressure him. And I was expecting Fabio to be light on his feet and just pop in the jab. As it happens, I'm not really sure. I can't remember the first round now. But either way, Fabio was not using the jab in the first round. And that has to be a go-to. Have to have the jab going for someone like Fabio. Fabio is not going to be the biggest heavyweight. He's 240 pounds. Although actually AJ's only... It's weird. I don't know what... Honestly, I don't know what... Dave Allen said that AJ's hollow. But when you think about it, AJ is only 240. This guy, Fabio doesn't look 240, does he? And Fabio's not the tallest. AJ's 6'6", yeah, and buff, and he's only 240. Fabio is a little bit soft, isn't he? A little bit soft. He's only 6'3", 6'4". So I don't know how AJ isn't heavier, to be honest. I don't know what it is. And it's not like you can say, well, YB, AJ ain't got no legs. AJ's got a big chest, big arms, big legs, and he only weighs 240. Dude's hollow. He's got some hollow technology, 100%. But yeah, Fabio tonight, he ticked the box. I thought the fight was going to go in the latter rounds because Dubois, who's known to be a lot more ferocious and a lot bigger, he took him 5 rounds to get rid of Gorman. But again, I do think the fact that Gorman beat Fabio, or cut him, I think that's what set him off. He thought, I'm going to get you got right now. I think if that hadn't happened, the fight would have developed longer into the rounds. But Fabio just saw red, and that's a good quality to have. I've been saying for a long time, every fighter should have that red button. We've been begging for AJ to develop a red button. Now some people will say the red button, you either have it or you don't. The big red button is you push it and you just go all in. AJ, if he'd had that if AJ had what Fabio had here, Usyk would have been out of there, or at least beaten twice. Do you understand? You must have that. That's key, and that's what Fabio has shown. That's a great quality to have. If all else fails, you can dig in and get busy. So yeah, it's a learning fight. He does need to be more calm though. You can't be going to that place every time as a go-to. That's the get out of jail free card. It's not let's start there. And when you think about it, only 2 or 3 rounds in, you don't want to be fighting like that, because sooner or later you're going to run into someone who's as good as you, and that ain't going to work. And then you're going to be in trouble. Oh shit, I've just gone all in, and the guy smiling, and the shots are bouncing off. Yeah. So Fabio is athletic enough. Get the jab going. Just start touching. We didn't see much touching tonight. In all fairness, the fight wasn't long enough, but still, I expected, because Gorman is big and bulbous, got big stiff legs. I was expecting Fabio, to touch the body, touch the head, just touch him all over. Yeah, give him the Epstein. That's what I was thinking. I was expecting Fabio Wardley to come out there, and literally be on some magician thing, be on some surgical Weinstein thing, and just touch dude all over. That's what I was thinking. Instead, we didn't see no touching. Yeah, he was here just trying to brute force it. It wasn't the best performance, truth be known. I think he was, again, forcing it too much, but it's a learning fight, and he learned. It was a great learning fight. He passed with flying colours. He rolled this dude's pack up and smoked on it. Gorman's team, 10 out of 10 for effort for Gorman. His team, though, I mean, even Gorman turned around and said, "What are you doing?" Now, in all fairness, Gorman did know that he got it. He got what his team, he understood where his team were going with that. But come on, man, what are we doing here? If we can't leave it all in there, what are we doing? Fair enough. I mean, if you look at their faces, Gorman's face wasn't cut. Do you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was all cut up and he was butchered. The fight was playing out. I don't know. I mean, given how young and new Wardley is, I'm surprised, really. I'm surprised that Gorman's team went for that one. If I was in Gorman's corner, I'd have been saying, listen, he's going to get tired in a minute. Just keep it tight. Keep it tight, apply pressure, and just keep it tight and apply pressure. That's what I'd have gone for. After that second round, I'd have said to Gorman, forget about throwing at any shots. Yeah? Get your elbows in, get your chin down, and just start walking forward and let him punch into you. Just focus on catching the shots, and let this guy blow his load. That's what they should have potentially jumped on. But again, it's easy for me to sit here in Monday morning quarterback, but yeah, the fight should have developed a bit more, I feel. Maybe not. Maybe Fabio was about to ice him, but that's what should have happened, in my opinion. After all, it is a fight, and it is a top-level fight. So, anyway, salute to both men. Great performance. Both of these two individuals actually showed more than Dillian White and Franklin. Neither one of Dillian White or Franklin wanted to put it out there like this. So I salute Fabio. Also, Fabio showed he's got a great chops. Yeah? Now, in all fairness, Gorman isn't the biggest puncher, but still, Fabio ate the shots and kept coming and wanted more. So yeah, top guy for sure. I mean, there's talks now about, what's that other guy who fought last weekend? Fabio versus the other guy. I forgot his name now. But yeah, they look, Fraser Clark. That's the one. Fraser Clark. I always get them confused for some reason. I think they look similar. Fraser Clark versus Fabio Wardley. That's the one we need right now. That'd be smoking hot. Imagine that. I wouldn't even know where to start with that one. But yeah, I like what I see here. I'd say Fabio has showed Fraser Clark didn't have that red button last weekend, and arguably, actually, Fabio Wardley was in a much tougher opponent than Fraser Clark was. Fraser Clark was in there with a journeyman. There was no way his opponent was going to win. But yet, Fabio went in there with a much better opponent and smoked him. Whereas Fraser Clark was nervous against a journeyman. So yeah, Fabio, man, he's doing his thing right now. I feel like sometimes them amateur guys, they spend too long in the amateurs and they become an amateur fighter. What do we know about amateur fighting? Amateur fighting's about going points. You never go to get a stoppage in the amateurs. Do you understand? I think in the amateurs they even penalise if you stop someone or if you hit someone too hard. They take points away from you. I swear down. If you knock someone down in the amateurs, I'm sure they take points away or it doesn't count for nothing. Some bullshit rule like that. So when you spend all this time playing tic-tac-toe and not scoring knockdowns and being penalised for knockdowns, it gets into your DNA. Fabio Wardley, he ain't having that one. He coming to roll you up and smoke on you. So yeah, salute to both men. I can't wait to see where Fabio goes from here. Intriguing times for sure, 100%. Smash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell.